Yo, welcome to another Highdeas movie review. And on this movie review, I am going to just go over the movie Songbird, starring KJ Appa and Sophia Carson. It's the movie about the COVID 23 pandemic and how I'm going to do this podcast here. I'll give my thoughts about it. I'll read what actually happens. Show you some images as we go on or whatever. So overall, how I felt about the movie, I it was alright. I mean, I've been giving it the benefit of the doubt. I mean, they basically based the whole COVID, this whole pandemic COVID story around a love story, which there's hundreds of thousands of people that have died from this situation. And yeah, we're talking about a love story and situations. But the bigger part that I really was trying to take from the movie was not what they was really showing on screen. I was more so like trying to pay attention to what like the surroundings, what was going on, you know. So ultimately, just to I'll go over, I'll read you what the plot is, but basically, it's COVID-23. We're on complete lockdown. COVID has now went airborne. Like, it's airborne and it's pretty much, you can catch as soon as you walk outside your house. You can be exposed and catch the COVID. They have these places that's called Q zones. If you haven't seen this movie, it's a spoilers. Just letting you know. Moving forward. So they have these places that's called Q zones. If you happen to uh, test a high temperature, uh, it will alert the machine first, and then they will bring these guys like this to come get you out your house. Now, what those people, what's being said when they're coming to get you is if you leave, like there's a machine automated message basically going out. If you leave your house, you will be shot on sight. You must wait for these men to come get you. Now, the only people that can be outside that's not in a suit, as you can see, he's not in a suit, is people that have these. Those yellow bracelets are the immunity bracelets. Anybody who has that yellow bracelet means they are immune to the pandemic, the COVID-23. So they're under martial law. They're under martial law. There's severe lockdowns and curfew. You can be shot for if you're not brandishing a yellow band and you come into another zone. You can be shot for not having this. What else they had going on? There was like a actress or whatever who turned to like Zoom, and she was talking to her fans through Zoom, and she ended up meeting a guy named Dozier. They ended up having like a FaceTime relationship or friendship. And of course, always when you have situations where the rich can get richer off a situation, you have the rich. Actually, there was a couple selling the wristbands, the yellow bands, to people who could afford it. They're going for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So basically, like the girlfriend here, her abuelita, her grandmother or whoever she is, uh, is sick. She eventually gets sick with the virus, and KJ Appa, who's immune. Remember, when you're immune, you have these. So he does delivery services. He works for Craig Robinson. Oh, excuse me. Wrong fat guy. Craig Robinson. He has like this delivery service, and he GPS and tracks all of his employees. And basically, KJ Alpha is his best one as far as delivering. But he does what he wants. Like he be off chilling, shooting hoops, sitting on top of a house, talking to his girl and whatever. So this is how basically for any to even get entry, um, to put stuff like the packages that come from outside, they have to put in this container that's sterilizes it and do all this stuff. It's crazy. So it's basically like the people who are immune, which is very few, are the unaccepted ones. Basically, like they have the freedom to roam because it's based in California. He has the freedom to do what he wants, but there's nobody out. It's just him. So there's the rich. The rich people are selling them. They're getting this money. When he finds out that the girlfriend had the grandma had gotten sick, and they did the temperature scan, and her temperature was off the charts, whatever, and they made basically made that announcement that they was gonna come and get her. That's when KJ Appa, goes into he begins to try to find out who sells the vans. So he goes to talk to his boss. He's like, yo, I'm having a situation. I need to know who sells the immune bands so I can get my girl and her grandma out of here. So he tells him who it is, and it's this guy. And it's like all these people happen to connect to each other. So this guy is Demi Moore's husband, who's the people that's actually selling the yellow bands. He's connected to the singer or this that's zooming and FaceTiming all her fans, like doing songs and all this. But she's also developed a relationship with him. He's an ex-military guy who works with drones to make sure his workers are working. So all these people are connected. Craig Robinson is like the boss of KJ Appa, whose girlfriend is Sophia Carson. Dozier works for Robinson, but he's hey, can y'all? Thank you. Dozier works for Robinson. GPA, like he follows, say, if KJ Appa's off of, he's not where he needs to be. He's late for a drop. He goes and finds him with the drone. KJ Appa ends up going, this is him, going to the guy who is Demi Moore's husband, him, who's the guys who's selling it's crazy. It's like all these people connect. It's wild because nobody's supposed to leave the house. But he's leaving his house, this guy, to go sleep with this girl. Now, at some point, he didn't want to do the mask anymore. She was very uncomfortable because he took his mask off and started kissing her and stuff. And she just really out of it. He had sex with her, who knows, but he goes back home. Demi Moore ends up finding out that he's sleeping with another girl. She doesn't care. Their relationship is far gone, okay? But basically, he goes to them because he delivers to them. He's like, yo, I know what y'all doing. I'm not telling nobody. I just need, 2 bracelets for my girl, her folks. So they send him to meet. Did I not get a picture of the big bad? Oh, I'm true. Oh, to meet him. The guy without the suit on, right? I know it's confusing, but he thinks he's meeting somebody who's, dirty, but that's going to give him the connection. Because they was like, we're not going to give it to you, like we know who has it, but we don't have it, even though they do. But they're sending it to him. But he's the guy who kills you. He's the sanitation people who comes and takes you to the Q zone, which is apparently like they take all the sick people there to basically die. I don't know. It looks like it. It's just like a bunch of people on top of each other. I don't know. It's a crazy place to be. Whatever the case is. But so The only issue, well, not the only issue, but one of the issues I have is when the mom, the grandma had the heat, like her temperature read, and it was off. Why did it take these people so long to show up? I mean, he had enough time to go here, possibly almost get killed, escaped him. Where did he go? He went somewhere else. Where did he go? Where did he go? He went back to his house where Demi Moore was. But Robinson called Demi Moore and said, "Hey, my driver, I think, is in your house." She gets her daughter, hides her daughter, gets a gun, goes looking for him, finds him in her closet, trying to find where the bands are. He's like, "Look, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not here to hurt nobody. I'm just trying to save somebody I love. It's the last person I have. Okay, that's all. Y'all, you and your husband, you have a wife. I mean, you have your kid. Y'all in this house together. I'm immune. I live alone. I just want my one girl. You know." So she basically puts the gun down and she gives him the two bangs. So that's how he gets the bangs. But remember, if you see in the movie, these people show up. They don't take all day to come get you once the temperature's on. So the fact that he had the time to escape being possibly killed and go across town on his bicycle to Demi Moore's house and search through her house, get that and race back to his girl and almost make it to her because they came and grabbed her up. Okay, they come and grab grandma, and they came and got her. She ended up whipping somebody's butt, beating them up or something, and trying to switch outfits, but they ended up catching her down the street. So ultimately, so this is where everything ties up. This is I'm trying to think. So the guy, the husband of Demi Moore, this guy, he wants to kill this girl because she's refusing him now. She's been talking to this ex-military guy, as you can see in the FaceTime thing down there, and she's being close. He's like, "Look, leave him, get out of there." Basically, he's trying to help her out. The wife calls her because they had this argument about, he knows. I mean, his wife knows that he's messing with the girl, and he's basically mad that the girl's turning him down. He wants to go kill her. Type, like, she knows too much type, So the wife calls her and is trying to tell her to get up out of there. It's like, look, the girl BS's because the guy ends up pulling up on her. This is I think the part when he gets out the car, like he pulls up to her hotel, and of course her car stalls out. Any other time your car will start perfectly fine, but today your car stalls out, right? So she's stalling the car out, and old Dozier, who has this drone, I didn't know it was weaponized. Bow! Split his head open. He was dead. That was his story. Done. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Dozier out. Got him. He was done. And how did this dude die? How did he die? Somehow he was shot. How did he die? I can't remember. Who cares? He died. And him and right when his girl, like, so at some point KJ Appa is running to his girl, and they about to shoot him. He does something. He slides the bracelet on her arm, basically, and so he's like, check her wrist, check her wrist, check her wrist. And they see that she's immune, but because she was already immune, but she didn't know she was immune. And this guy told her, like, you're immune. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're immune to it. So she was like, oh, so you're gonna let me go? He was like, it doesn't work that way. And I don't remember what happened after that. Like, he was like, it doesn't work that way. And something happened. Somehow he's dead. So basically, KJ Opera got the thing on her wrist. And they're going to live happily ever after in COVID 23. I don't know. The movie to me is BS. One, in the sense that we are living through this crap right now. People are anxious. People are fearful of what's to come. And for Michael Bay to produce this movie, when did he have time to produce this? Because this came out 2021, but the trailer was out during the pandemic. So was this before the pandemic, or because I thought that all studios were shut down during the pandemic time? So how was this recorded? I mean, it's just weird. So it's just in that sense, I feel some type of way. You know, um, I mean, do I basically gave you all the whole plot in a sense. I don't need to really read it. COVID 23, severe lockdown, martial law. Uh, you have a curfew, a strict curfew. If you are not a person that is wearing a immune band bracelet, you cannot be out, um, and you will be shot on sight. Um, there was a sanitation department that had these Q zones where people that were infected, they was either being killed there or taken there, but they was taken there and never heard from again. Um, KJ Apple had a girlfriend who's a grandmother, got sick, who worked for Craig Robinson, who had a delivery system that, so the people that can't come outside, he's delivering their goods. The guy who would check KJ Appa if he's not at the destination is Dozier. Dozier is the military drone guy who's talking to the actress who can no longer go out, or the musician, excuse me. She can't go out and do her thing, so she's talking to her fans through Zoom and whatever, FaceTime. So she found a confidant, somebody she could talk to. But she's dealing with a married man who's sneaking out at night, and his wife found out because she's staying in the house, saying it's, staying in the house, but he's going out late at night to go see this girl and do his thing with her. But she doesn't want to deal with him no more, but now he wants to kill her. And Dozier kills him because he was on his way to kill her. And the wife and the husband was selling the bracelets for like $800,000 because the rich got to stay rich. And this is just a funny picture. Just want to throw that in there. Ha! It's from yesterday's podcast. And the grandmother died. He raced all the way across Los Angeles, was possibly killed twice, but he made it. Put the bracelet on his woman's arm. They're going to live happily ever after in COVID. That was the movie. But I do think it's very exploitative to put this out while people are still living through this. And then to base it around a love story, you could have did any type of, but he chose this one, so that's cool, I guess. I mean, it's a decent, average movie if you don't really think too hard about it, but it's very tasteless. You like my picture? So this is the original. I said, well, I want to do something. I did this one. Mine's is a little better. I show the true emotion. See, they don't show the emotion I show. See my face? Look at their face. See, they get paid for this. I don't feel the emotion the way I feel it when I look at mine. Look at that face on the right. He's hurt. Look at the head on the door. He's so sad. He's so sad. So yeah, man, I'm not even gonna read through the whole plot. I basically summed it up there. If I gave it a star rating out of 5, 2. Really, it should be 1. Really, it should be a -5 because this isn't appropriate in this time period. It's like having a movie about police shooting right now. Like, oh, well, thanks. But who am I? But just a black man in America. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and check that joint out if you want to. If you want to, enjoy it. Get a little songbird on your life. Let's see that. I'll show y'all all the pictures I can show y'all. Let's see. Oh, she got cry face. It's a cry face picture. All right. I think I missed that one. Yeah, cry face. That's when she was telling basically her boyfriend, like, just leave me. They're going to take me. It's okay. You must find somebody else. He's like, I'm not going nowhere. You're my woman. I'm coming to fight for you. So yeah, that was that. But yeah, man, here's a potato butt for you. Go ahead and check out Songbird. Although I think my picture really emotes the emotions. Go ahead and check it out. That's all I got. I'm not even gonna go through the plot. I read a article today. The guy was pissed. You want to hear a little bit of it? Let me give you a little bit of it. He was not happy about this movie. Like, he says, this is from Roger Ebert. Oh, this is Roger Ebert. With all the nuance of a trolling, screaming first on the message board, Adam Mason's Songbird is a film that arguably shouldn't exist. As legitimate concerns rise about people refusing to take the vaccine that could save us from the nightmare that is 2020, Mason and producer Michael Bay take the national anxiety about COVID-19 and warp it into allegedly escapist filmmaking. I'm not big on the too soon argument of criticism, but there's something undeniably off about a movie that uses COVID as a device on a day when more people would die from the disease than on 9/11. A talented filmmaker could use that discomfort to find a greater truth. That's not this movie. So that's from Roger Ebert. But go ahead and check it out. If you're bored, you know, you doing a little, you doing a little smoking, you chilling with your people, or you say I got two arms because maybe you got two guys. Maybe my guy got two girls. Maybe you one arm. Okay, you're single. You got one girl. Okay. Right. I was trying to help you. I'm trying to put a little shine on your boots. But if you don't want it, fine. Be single. Okay? Sit by yourself. All right? Eat some popcorn. And then wipe your hands on your shirt. All right? Get the crumbs. Get the crumbs out your chin. All right? Get them out here. All right? I'm done. I'm out of here. I got things to do. Like smoking weed. All right? I'm about to do that right now.